Hello my dear students, today we are going to discuss about isomerism of organic compounds. In organic chemistry, we come across some compounds which have a similar number of atoms but different in physical and chemical properties and are called isomers, and the phenomenon is called isomerism. That is, compounds that have the same molecular formula but differ in the arrangement of constituent atoms in some manner are called isomers, and the phenomenon is called isomerism. Mainly, there are two types of isomerism: structural isomerism or constitutional isomerism and stereoisomerism. Isomers which differ in the way their atoms are connected within their molecule and thus have different structures are called structural isomers, and the phenomenon is called structural isomerism. There are several kinds of structural isomerism which are then classified into mainly 5 types. These are chain isomerism, position isomerism, functional isomerism, metamerism, and tautomerism. Firstly, chain isomerism. When two or more compounds have a similar molecular formula but different carbon skeleton, these are referred to as chain isomers, and the phenomenon is termed as chain isomerism. For example, there are 3 chain isomers having the molecular formula C5H12. These are pentane, 2-methylbutane, and 2,2-dimethylpropane. Similarly, butane and 2-methylpropane are chain isomers with molecular formula C4H10. The next one is position isomerism. When two or more compounds differ in the position of substituent atom or functional group on the carbon skeleton, they are called position isomers, and this phenomenon is termed as position isomerism. For example, in the molecular formula C3H8O, 1 propanol and 2 propanol are position isomers. Here, the position of OH group is changed. Similarly, in another example, 1 butane and 2 butane are position isomers with molecular formula C4H8. Here the position of double bond is changed. The next one is functional group isomerism. Two or more compounds having the same molecular formula but different functional group are called functional isomers, and this phenomenon is termed as functional group isomerism. For example, in the molecular formula C3H6O, propanone and propanol are functional isomers. Similarly, ethanol and dimethyl ether are functional isomers with molecular formula C2H6O. The next one is metamerism. It arises due to different alkyl chains on either side of the functional group in the molecule. This type of isomerism is due to unequal distribution of carbon atoms on either side of the functional group. Such compounds are members of homologous series. For example, diethyl ether and methyl N-propyl ether are metamers with molecular formula C4H10O. Another example is that 3-pentanone and 2-pentanone are metamers with molecular formula C5H10O. Tautomerism is a special type of functional isomerism in which isomers are in dynamic equilibrium with each other. For example, ethyl acetoacetate is an equilibrium mixture of two forms, that is 93% keto form and 6% enol form. Keto-enol isomerism is an example for tautomerism. Now we have discussed various types of structural isomerism, that is chain isomerism, position isomerism, functional isomerism, metamerism, and tautomerism. Now we can move to another topic, stereoisomerism. The compounds that have the same constitution and sequence of covalent bonds but different relative positions of their atoms or groups in space are called stereoisomers. This special type of isomerism is called as stereoisomerism. Stereoisomerism is classified into two types, configurational isomerism and conformational isomerism. The configurational isomerism is again classified into geometrical isomerism and optical isomerism. The optical isomerism is again classified into enantiomerism and diastereomerism. Then, what is the difference between the configurational isomers and conformational isomers? The configurational isomers are stereoisomers that cannot be converted into one another by rotating the molecule around a single bond. But in the case of conformational isomers, these are stereoisomers that can be converted into one another by rotating the molecule at a single bond. There are two types of configurational isomers. These are geometrical isomers and optical isomers. But in the case of conformational isomers, there are four types. These are eclipsed conformation, staggered conformation, gauge conformation, and anti-conformation. The rotation of the molecule around a single bond does not give it as isomer in the case of configurational isomers. But in the case of conformational isomers, the rotation of the molecule around a single bond can give multiple isomers. For example, these are the various conformational isomers of butane. First structure, one methyl group is present in front of the other methyl group and the other hydrogen atoms are kept at the back of other hydrogen atoms. That is, the structure is completely eclipsing or they are fully eclipsed. Now, if we rotate the front of methyl group by 60 degree or when the dihedral angle is 60 degree, then there is a formation of gauge or staggered conformation. It basically has the presence of identical groups at 60 degree from one another. This type of conformation is more stable as there is a little steric hindrance between the same molecule. If we make the dihedral angle as 120 degree, then this form of isomer is known as eclipsed conformation. But this eclipsed form is quite different from the previous fully eclipsed state. The basic difference is that in this, the methyl group is eclipsing the hydrogen atom and not the methyl group. On rotating the isomer at an angle of 180 degree, the two methyl groups are found to lie exactly opposite to each other. This conformation is known as anti-conformation. Usually, each conformational isomerism is also interconverted to the same forms by rotating the isomer around the central carbon single bond. Eclipsed conformer can be converted back into gauge conformation by rotating it 60 degree, and when an eclipsed is rotated by 180 degree, it forms anti-conformer. Rotation of anti-butane by 120 degree again leads to the formation of gauge conformation. Next type of isomerism is geometric isomerism. We know in alkenes, two carbons are linked through sigma bond and a pi bond. In such compounds, these two carbons along with other four substituents remain in plane and are locked because rotation will break the double bond. This restriction of rotation is responsible for geometric isomerism in alkenes. In the case of single bond compounds, free rotation is possible. But in the case of double bond compounds, rotation is restricted. Example, consider the case of 2-butane. It exists in two special arrangements. These are cis-2-butane and trans-2-butane. Such compounds are referred to as geometrical isomers. Cis isomer is one in which two similar groups are on the same side of a double bond. The trans isomer is that in which two similar groups are on the opposite side of the double bond. Conversion of such isomers into each other is only possible if heated at high temperature or absorb light. Energy around 62 kilocalorie per mole is needed to break a pi bond. Trans isomers are more stable than the corresponding cis isomer. This is because in trans, bulky groups are on the opposite side and hence less repulsion or steric hindrance. Geometrical isomers have different physical and chemical properties. This can be separated by conventional techniques like distillation and gas chromatography, etc. Geometrical isomerism is possible in cyclic compounds also. There should be restriction of rotation if two carbons are linked with a cyclic structure. The next type of isomerism is optical isomerism. This is another form of stereoisomerism in which a molecule can exist as two isomers that are non-superimposable mirror images of each other, just like a left hand and a right hand. Optical isomers have the same physical properties, but they rotate plane polarized light in opposite directions. We know natural light vibrates in all the directions perpendicular to the direction of propagation. Therefore, we can say that there is infinity of planes of vibration. But plane polarized light has one single plane of vibration in which the direction of vibration is always perpendicular to the direction of propagation. There are two types of optical activity. These are dextrorotatory and levorotatory. In the case of dextrorotatory compounds, it rotates the plane of plane polarized light to the right. In the case of levorotatory compounds, it rotates the plane of plane polarized light to the left. There are two types of optical isomers, diastereomers and enantiomers. What is the difference between diastereomers and enantiomers? The enantiomers are stereoisomer that are mirror images of each other. The diastereomers are stereoisomer that are not mirror images of each other. The enantiomers can have one or more stereo centers. Diastereomers usually have two stereocenters. The enantiomers have identical physical properties except for the rotation of plane polarized light. The diastereomers have different physical properties. The enantiomers have identical chemical properties. The diastereomers differ in their reactivity. The enantiomers have opposite R and S configuration on each of their stereocenters. The diastereomers have opposite R and S configuration at one stereocenter and the same configuration at the other stereocenter. This is an example for enantiomeric pair and diastereomeric pair. In this case, you can see that in the enantiomeric pair, they are mirror images of each other. In the case of diastereomeric pair, they are not mirror images of each other. In this session, we have learned about different isomerism in organic compounds. In the next session, we can learn about structure and bonding in organic compounds. Thank you.